Good afternoon.
Hello.
Okay, well, welcome to FIT Flow. I'm Cheryl. We're going to get started with a warm-up. You will need, as I said before, a pair of light hand weights and a squishy ball. Something like this, or a yoga block. Okay, so we're going to start standing. So you can stand up at one end of your mat or the other. We'll get ourselves warmed up. And let's see. There we go. Okay. Standing with your feet about hip width apart. Stay nice and tall. Start with some Pilates breathing. You're going to inhale through the nose. Think of expanding your rib cage to the sides. And then exhale, think of drawing that belly button in towards the back of the spine to activate the transverse abdominals that run around your waistline. Let's add some arms reaching up on your inhale. And exhale, let them float back down. Let's take one more. We're going to hold it up there. As you exhale this time, starting with a chin nod, start rolling down through the spine. Soften the knees as you need to, especially if you're tight hamstrings there. If you haven't moved yet this morning, they're going to be tight. Relax the head over. And then drawing that belly button up and in, start the roll back up through the spine. Hips get over the ankles quickly. And the head is the last thing to arrive. Let's take it one more time. Reach it up. Inhale. Exhale. Curve the spine, hovering over your legs. Roll it down. Stay at the bottom. Feel that nice length through the back of the legs, maybe the lower back a little bit. And slowly draw the waistline up. Roll yourself up. One vertebrae at a time. And one more time to get us down to the floor. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, round and reach forward. Again, knees can be soft as needed. And now everybody soften your knees. Walk those hands forward and come down to all fours. Okay, placing your hands right under your shoulders and your hips right over your knees. Okay, doing some spinal balance work. Keep your torso nice and flat like a tabletop here. Long necks. Reach right arm and left leg, extend out. Inhale. And then exhale, draw it in. Take your left arm, right leg, inhale, extend, finding that balance quickly. And exhale, draw it in. Back to the right side, inhale, extend. Level off the spine and exhale in. Keep the belly and abs lifted, extend out, inhale. Try not to sag in the lower back. Keep it nice and flat. One more each side, inhale, extend. Exhale in. And one more, inhale, extend. And exhale in. Good. Let's have a seat, bring your legs around. And then just have the ball nearby or your yoga block, whichever item prop you're using. And also we'll bring the hand weights, just one on each side of your mat so that it's prepared for a little later. Okay. So we'll start with a half roll down, kind of continuing to warm up and get that spine activated, getting those abdominals warmed up. Hands can be here. We're going to take that ball. You're going to place it between your knees, or if you're using a yoga block, go ahead and squeeze that. Make sure it's comfortable either on the upper thigh area there. Hands here or here. Sitting tall to start. Take an exhale, roll yourself back part way. Keep squeezing that ball, getting the inner thigh activation. And then inhale, bring yourself up. Now, if you're not holding on to your thighs, we're going to add some arms. We're going to exhale, roll back. As you inhale, you're going to come up and raise those arms all the way up. Try to lengthen through the spine, get as tall as you can, and then lower back down. Exhale. Now, if you're using your hands for your thighs, just keep them there. You could add them once you get up there, lifting up. Couple more. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, lifting straight up. And again, exhale, lean back. Inhale and sit all the way up. One more. Exhale, roll it back. Yep. And inhale, lift it back up. Take it back and hold it here. Adding the arms a different way, so we're staying scooped. Raise the arms here and lower the arms here. And again, raise the arms here. Keep scooping the belly. and lower the arms. 2 more like this, raise them up, stay here and lower down. 1 more, raise them up and lower down. Bring yourself all the way up, just sit up nice and tall. And we'll do 1 more set like that. Okay, exhale, start scooping the pelvis first, roll it back where you can control it, keep the scoop in the belly, raise those arms where you can without changing what's going on in your torso. And reach up, inhale and exhale, 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. 1 more here, inhale, reach. And exhale, lower. Draw yourself all the way up. Catch your breath, inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your back. Good. Keep the ball where it is, walk your feet in. Going into some bridging, keeping that ball squeezed or using your block, or you don't have to use a prop at all. Planting your feet, heels, toes, and pinky. A nice firm pressure. Tip the tailbone, roll up, articulating the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. Lift the pelvis. Breathe. And then drift yourself back down. Again, articulating the spine, so you just stretch through the spine and then return to a neutral. Pelvic tilt. Then press those feet to help engage the back of the legs, pressing them firmly through the whole foot, feeling the hamstrings engaged and the glutes, not by squeezing, but by that push. Roll it back down. This next one, we're going to add on to it. We're going to tip the pelvis and roll up, stay in your bridge, stay up here, and we got squeezes of the knees and pulse it in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, again, pulse 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. How about 1 more set, squeeze in 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll yourself back down and pause at the bottom. We'll come back to some bridging later, but let's go right into our, you can either do tabletop, or if you want to do legs fully extended for your hundreds, you're going to move the ball more up to the ankle area. These are your options. You don't even have to use the ball or the block there, but we're trying to engage those inner thighs by using that prop. So hundreds, arms to the side. Inhale before you start. Exhale, roll yourself up. Here we go, trunk curl. Pulse for 5 counts. Inhale and exhale for 5 counts. Remember, you still have the option to keep the legs in tabletop and keep that ball maybe between those knees, or no ball at all. Trying to maintain trunk flexion, curl forward. If your neck gets bothered, after a while you can put it down and maybe keep those arms pulsing so that you're engaging your latissimus dorsi muscle under that armpit. Breathe, inhale for 5 counts. Exhale for 5 counts. Inhale for 5 counts. Wherever you are, keep breathing. Or count for yourself. We got 2 more sets. How about 1 more set? And relax the head. Give those knees a little hug. And rest. Good. Take the ball back to between those thighs or the block. And let's grab your hand weights. Okay. We're going to bring the hand weights by your shoulders. Palms are facing your feet and elbows are wide. Okay. We're going to lift into a neutral bridge for these sets. So it'll be a straight lift, firm press through the whole foot, finding that pressure in the heel, the big toe, and the pinky, so evenly distribute your weight. As we press the hips up, we're going to extend the arms. We got a chest press. Now, we're going to lower the hips down, but we're not going to quite bring them all the way down. They're just going to dip. And when they dip, you're going to bring your hands down and press back up. So we lower a little bit, and then pelvic lift. Again, lower and lift. So our arms are actually mimicking what our hips are doing. We're engaging the glutes and hamstrings along with your pecs. Lower and lift. Again, lower and lift. Lower and lift. We still have a little squeeze of that ball going on and lift. Again, 4 and lift. 3 and lift. 2. Lift. 1 lift. Lower yourself all the way down. Pause at the bottom. Go ahead and extend those arms so they're kind of touching your thighs and the arms are extended. So now we're going to work our shoulders a little bit. As we lift into the bridge, arms come up right above the shoulders and then dip it down. Lift it up. Dip it down. Again, lift up. Dip it down. Lift the arms right above the shoulders. No, don't go past. You're not putting any extra strain on the shoulder joint. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. And lift. And lower. Lift. And lower. Two more. Lift. Lower. Lift. And lower. Good. Bring your arms out to start them up at the ceiling. So the palms are facing each other. It's called pec fly. This one we're going to lift up on your bridge. You're going to stay here. You're going to stay in your bridge and you're going to open the arms to the side. Squeeze them together. Open side. Squeeze them together. Open side. Now make sure you can still see your arms in your peripheral vision so they're not dropping below that point and they're also not going beyond your sides. And so they're slightly in front of you actually, not directly to your side. So again, you're not, impinging your shoulder joint. We're still working our pecs. Last 4, keeping that bridge, and 3, and 2, and 1. Rest. Bring your weights down, lower your hips, and rest. Okay. Take your palms to face up. Let's bring our legs to tabletop. We're going to go back to hunters, but we're going to add some arms a little differently. So instead of pulsing down, with the palms pulsing down, we're going to hold the weights. We're going to be pulsing up. Soft elbows, weights are just resting in your hands. We'll do the same breath pattern. So roll yourself up, lift your arms. Here we go. Pulse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 5, 4, 3. You can also do this without weights if it's too much. I don't have anything less than 5s, but 3s are probably good. Breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 again. 5. Inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. 2 more sets. Pulse. 2. So we're lifting. Pulse up. 1 more set. Pulse up. And pulse up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest. Bring those legs down. Take the ball out between the knees. Let's kind of walk it, and you can choose to either sit up and get yourself set up. We're going to do single leg circle, and you're going to have the straight leg resting on the ball, and you want to think of that heel pressing into the ball. You could also do it here with the knee bend. This is good if you have some tight back or lower back issues, and you just want to soften that so you're not arching your back. And the top leg is extended. Again, pelvis is neutral. If you're tight hamstring, you can soften that knee. And all we're going to do is we're going to take your hand weights and you're just going to hold them up to the ceiling on this one. So this is your option here, or bent knee. So leg circles. Inhale, circle to one side. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale, circle out and around. So we do cross our midline a little bit, working in the hip flexor and hip joint there, getting that nice rotation. But stabilizing that pelvis, using your powerhouse to help you stabilize. 1 more this direction. And pause, go the other way. Inhale and exhale. You should also feel the engagement of the lower leg. By pressing into that ball, we should feel the back of the leg engaged. We're trying not to move that ball too much down there. 2 more, inhale and exhale. 1 more, inhale and exhale. Good, rest your arms for a moment and then switch to the other leg. Leg can either be extended or knee bent. Top leg reaching. Soft knee if you're tight hamstrings, okay? So that the pelvis doesn't tug under too much. Okay, arms just stay lifted and circle. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, maintaining that support and stability through the pelvis while you're creating this large leg circle. And try to push on that ball so that you get engagement, the back of the leg. Breathe, one more this direction. Pause, reverse it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last 3, inhale and exhale. And 2 and 1. And rest. Bring your knee in. Place your weights down on to the floor. While we have this ball here, go back to your first side, placing one foot on the ball. Going back to some bridging, single leg bridging, arms to the side. And other foot is on the mat. So I'm gonna actually show this foot first so you can see. Okay, this foot's on the ball. The whole foot is pressing at the top of the ball. And I'm preparing for a bridge. So we're gonna articulate the spine and roll it up, lifting the pelvis, and roll back down. So feel that instability of that foot on the ball. Take it again. Scoot the tailbone, roll it up, one vertebrae at a time. Pause at the top, and roll back down. Feel those hamstrings? I know I do. Let's do 2 more on this side. Scoot the tailbone, roll it up, lift the pelvis. Take a breath and lower yourself back down. 1 more on this side. And scoop the tailbone, roll it up, pressing into that bridge. Pressing into the ball and roll it back down. And pause. Switch to the other foot. Their foot on top of the ball, other foot on the mat. Use your bend. Open the collarbone so you're using the back, your back muscles too to kind of press into the mat. Scoop the tailbone, roll it up, lift the hips. If you feel some cramping, do some stretches, roll it back down. And 3 more. Scoop the tailbone, roll it up, press into that bridge. And roll it back down. We got 2 more. Scoop the tailbone, roll it up, lift, and roll it back down. And 1 more. Lift the tailbone, scoop it up, lift, and roll back down. And rest. Go ahead and put the ball to the side. Give your knees a little hug. Circle it out. Okay. Taking a roll up just to come up to seated. You can do this with knees bent or legs extended. Okay. Reach the arms towards your head. Flex the feet if you're doing straight leg. Inhale, reach the fingertips, head lift, shoulders keep coming all the way up. Round and reach as you come forward. And sit up nice and tall. Okay, we're going to come to standing, and you will need 1 hand weight. Or if you want to hold both to give you a little more of a challenge, you can do that. So you can see my head a little bit. Okay. So we're going to work on a little balance. So if you have some balance issues, I recommend maybe being close to a wall. And you can either use the weight or not. Okay. So the first exercise is we're going to stand with the arms over the head, and then you're going to hold it right between both hands there. If you're using both weights, you just kind of hold them there. Then you're going to tilt yourself to one side. So you're off center, and that leg comes up. Here we go with our standing leg. Or start with small circles. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reverse it. 8. So this is working your core. 2, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down and up. A little tap down, a little lift up. Down, we're still off center. So you're working those obliques like mad. 3 and 4. Yes, I see some good balancing. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. 2 more here. 9 and 10. Bring yourself up. Rest that side. Now you might have felt it a lot more on that standing leg. I will admit it's a little harder to balance on carpet. So if you're on carpet like myself, you may find a little bit, some wobble points, which is kind of gonna be normal, okay? Take the arms up, we'll try the other side. Trying to keep those arms extended as much as possible and lengthening through both sides of your rib cage. Lengthen to the other side, make sure you're doing the other leg. Here we go, small circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down and up. Tap down. Lift up. 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Keep those arms reaching. 8. 2 more on this side. 9, 10, and bring that leg in. Nice job, everybody, balancing. Catch your breath. We're gonna go back to your first side, and we're gonna add just kind of a knee in and out. We're still gonna find that off balance diagonal reach. Again, we'll still start with the arms over the head, one or both weights. Tilt yourself to that first side that you did. Now, leg is just slightly lifted. As you pull the knee in, you're also gonna pull the weight in. And then you're gonna extend. And 2. Now, if you need a wall, you can use your wall and just use one hand, okay? Or tap the foot on the floor for a little extra balance. 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale as you pull that knee in. 9. We're gonna do 12. 10, 11, 12. And come up and rest for a moment. Okay, let's go to the other side. Reach the arms over the head. Tilt yourself to the other side. That leg comes free, or you just reach it, we're just tapping the floor, your choice. Draw the knee in, extend out. Obviously, by not tapping the floor, we're challenging our balance a little more, but obviously use it too. If you feel yourself gonna fall, this is 5, 6, leaning out. 7, as you extend. 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, 12, and rest. Catch your breath. I'm grabbing some water. That one got my heart rate up a little bit. Let's come back down onto the floor. Weight can go to the side, out of your way. Come down and bring your legs to tabletop. Going into double leg stretch. So this is where we start rolled up in trunk curl. Knees are bent. Extend arms and legs out. Inhale. And exhale, bring it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale in. Inhale, extend. Exhale in. Inhale, extend. Keep the head lifted if you're able. And last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Press the head. Again, extend those arms and legs. Roll it up. Inhale. And exhale, round and reach forward. And inhale to sit back up. Good. Coming back to a standing. Kind of just doing some little interval stuff here. Keep you moving, keeping that heart rate up a little bit. Grab your hand weights again. Okay. I'm showing sideways just so you can kind of see. We're going to take a little hip hinge and a slight squat. You can have your feet about hip width apart. And I'm starting with our weights down to the side. We'll start with double arm rows. We're drawing elbows up and back and lower. 2. So you slightly lean forward into a squat. So you got those glutes and quads working while you're also working your rhomboids. And pull. And pull. So I know that one thing I'm going to miss when we come back is the TRX straps, we can use them, but maybe not as much as you'd like, but I love doing a lot of the rowing on the TRX straps. So I like to think of that as I'm here, and 4. The elbows are close, 3. We're gonna continue, but we're gonna take the elbows wide, and what's called a high row. Turn your palms to face down, high row. Elbows are lifted out to the side, and squeeze. Squeeze. Bellies are pulled in to support your lower back in this hinge position. And you can do this without weights. If you don't have any, you can use water bottles. Works well. And breathe. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Carefully come back down. Place your weights down. Bend your knees to do so. And we'll get to some crisscrossing. Lower yourself all the way down. Bring the legs to tabletop. Take the hands beside those ears. And here we go, crisscross, criss, cross. Think of the shoulder aiming for the knee so that the elbows stay nice and wide. And that prevents you from pulling on that neck. You're also rotating on the midline of your spine. More of a rotation rather than a twist, I guess, would be a better way to describe it. And 4 sets, and 3, and 2, 1, rest. Knees a little hug. Extend the arms and legs, origin knees bent. And slowly roll yourself up. Inhale and exhale. They get harder each time, I know. Reach forward and sit up tall. All right, let's come back to standing. We're gonna work our triceps here. And again, I'll just show kind of angled from the side so you can kind of see what my leg is doing. My legs are hip width apart. Yeah, move back a little bit. And then I'm gonna sit in that side hinge position. I'm gonna lift my elbows, and I'm gonna keep my upper arm where it is. And I'm gonna kind of shift my weight onto one foot. So as I extend my leg, I'm tapping that toe back and bringing it in. And you don't have to do the foot, you can just do the arms. Here we go. Out, in, 3, 4. I'm gonna try to count so we're even on each side. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4 more, 13, 14, 15, 16. Pause. I'm just going to turn so you can see my other leg shifting. Here we go, other side, same arms, and tap it out. 1 and 2. Keep the upper arm lifted. 3, 4. So you're slightly hinged forward from the hips. 5. Just tap it back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and rest. Carefully place the weights down. Bend your knees. Already partway there, go ahead and have a seat. If you need to get some water at any time, please do so. Another part of the ab series is scissors. So we're gonna roll down. We can start with the legs up to the ceiling. And trunk curl up. And pulse, pulse, and change. Now we're grabbing above or below the knee. Staying rolled up if you can. And 4 more sets. 4 and 3, so a little pulse. And 2 and 1. Good, bend those knees, relax the head. Circle it if you need to, or rock it side to side. And you guessed it, a roll up to come up. Legs extended, feet flexed, or knees bent, arms extend to the head. Inhale, start your roll up. Head lift, shoulders, thoracic spine, around and reach forward. And sit up tall. I know those keep getting harder each time. So our abs are getting a little more fatigued. Carefully bring yourself back up to standing. Okay? Going with some squats to shoulder presses. I'm gonna have to watch my fan here. Let's see. So we got legs about hip width apart. We'll start with the weights down by the side. This is a compound exercise. We got squat, kind of a curl here to a shoulder press, then back, you reverse it back down, okay? So count-wise, it goes in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go squat, 2, 3, 4, and squat, 2, 3, 4, and squat. So not only are we doing weights or strength training here, I don't know about you, it gets my heart rate up a little bit, especially doing these types of compound exercises, meaning you're working more than one muscle group at a time. Requires some core work, core stability. And lift. Again, squat. On that squat, make sure those hips are really shifting back and you have weight on the heels as you take that squat. Toes should be able to kind of lift. Again, squat. And shoulders working. The shoulders, as we do that shoulder press, you can keep the palms facing each other. It's less on the shoulder rotation going on there. How are we doing? Are you guys out of breath as much as I am? How about 4 more? 4. And 3. 2. 1. And rest. Carefully put your weights down. Again, bending those knees, coming back down. For another abdominal series exercise, roll yourself all the way down. Bring the legs up. You can do tabletop or legs extended. If your legs are extended, you got tight hamstrings. You can soften the knees, but have those heels kind of squeezed together, the little inner thigh. You can also pop that ball between your knees and ankles if you'd like. Fingertips go behind the head. And double straight leg stretch. So we're gonna curl up. We're gonna stay in that trunk curl. Legs lower on the inhale. And then the exhale, come up. If you're tabletop, you're here, thinking the toes, reaching to the mat. So keeping the 90-degree angle of your knee and watching that lower back. Inhale and exhale. Continue, let's do 5 more. Inhale. Although these are hard, because we're kind of doing a little bit of an interval, this is kind of where you catch your breath, right? I know, you're laughing. It's not really a place to catch your breath. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Rest and give those knees a hug. Okay, a couple breaths. Can't catch your breath here. Extend the legs, we got another roll up. Inhale, reach the arms, head, shoulders, oh my goodness. And extend forward. And sit up nice and tall. Good, let's come back up to standing. Bringing those hand weights with us, or your water bottles, whatever you're using. Okay, working our calf muscles with an upright row. So toes are just slightly out, just comfortably, doesn't have to be wide. Heels are together, they're externally rotated in the hips. Okay? My weights start down here, an upright row looks like this. And as you do the upright row, you're going to rise up, doing some calf raises. So you go up and down, and again, up and down. Nice, so if you need a wall, you could do one arm at a time and have your hand on either a wall or a chair. Up and down, 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 up and down. Lift and lower, lift. Let's do 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. One more abdominal exercise. We're going to go back to crisscross. Weights can go down. Have a seat. And then roll yourself down onto the mat. You can bring your legs up to tabletop once you get there. Neutral pelvis or imprinted. Hands behind the head by the ears. And trunk curl up and switch. Switch. Rotate. Rotate. Keep breathing. Rotate. You guys are doing great. We're almost there. We got just maybe 1 or 2 more sets of some intervals. And 4 more sets here. And 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Knees come to your chest. Catch your breath. Extend arms and legs. Roll it up. Getting practice with those roll-ups today for sure. And come up. Okay, this next one, we're actually going to come to all fours. And let's bring our hand weights with us. Now, if you have small hand weights, it might not work because your knuckles might not fit between here and the floor. So you can certainly do this without weights. So we're going to place the weights right under your shoulders as though you were getting ready to do a plank, which is what we're getting ready to do. So my shoulders are right on my wrist. Taking one leg back, another leg. There's your plank. Okay. You can also drop your knees if you need to go to a modified plank. While we're here, one arm row, pull and down, pull. If you don't have weights, you can just do your arm. Okay? You don't have to use the weight. And try to keep the pelvis more center than you like, instead of shifting side to side. 8 more, 7, 6, 5. This is an option. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come and either take your hands away from the weights, cat back, or a child's pose. Catching your breath. Okay. We're going to come down onto our backs. Hopefully your weights are still one on each side of your mat. Make sure you can still see me, okay? I'm going to tilt this a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'm sorry. I apologize. We're going on our stomachs. I did say that. Sorry, Jim. Coming down, and you got your hands by your weights. So I want you to imagine pulling straps, kind of idea. We're going to start with the arms in like a goalpost position. So my elbows are bent, and I'm holding onto the weights. You don't have to use the weights. Especially, I might be dropping mine because I think mine are actually too heavy. 1, 2, or 3 pounds is probably sufficient. Mine are 5, that's all I have. I'm squeezing my glutes. I'm keeping this all active. As I inhale, I lift my sternum a little bit with my head and shoulders. And then I pull those elbows back a little bit more, retracting the scapulus. And then I come down as I exhale. Turn your head side to side if you want. Lift up and lower down. So working again those rhomboids and squeeze. Make sure your glutes are squeezed and lower. And lift and squeeze. And lower. Lift and squeeze. My back legs are really active. Now you have the option, if you want to add the leg lifts, you can, kind of like a Superman. And lower. 3 more. Lift. and lower. Lift and lower. One more here, lift and lower. Rest. Fully extend the arms to the side like the letter T. Palms will face down. And again, head can either lift, head and shoulders, or both, legs and head. So we're gonna lift, just lift the arms to the side. We're not gonna move them, we're just gonna lift them up. And then lower down. Again, just lift up. And lower down. My gaze is still to the mat. Lifting up. Just trying to see, guys. And lower down. 4 more, that's it. And lift 4. Or just can come into neutral if you have back issues. And 3. You just want to be engaging the back. Last 2. And last 1. Good, put those weights down. Move them to the side. Bring your hands by your shoulders so you can push back either into a cat back stretch. This is if you had knee issues. If you're able to take that flexion in the knee, you can take a child's pose. And we're just stretching the spine the opposite direction. And let's come have a seat where our legs are on one side. And just taking a mermaid stretch here. Okay? Getting a stretch laterally through our spine and our rib cage. My knees are staggered and I'm holding on to the outside of my leg. Reaching that arm up to the ceiling and folding it over. You can help pull yourself a little deeper into that stretch. You might feel it in your QL, which is your quadratus lumborum. I know I do, that's where I get tight. And bring it up. Switch your legs around to the other side. Again, staggering those knees, grabbing a hold of that outside ankle. Try to find that balance by using that hand to help you. And then up and over. Oh, definitely my tighter side. Breathe. And bring it back up. And let's take those legs straight out in front, taking some stretches. We made it on this rainy day through this little FIT Flow. Reach it up on the inhale. If you have tight hamstring, you can soften your knees. Exhale and reach forward. Try to hinge forward from your hips. Reaching as far as you can and finding that stretch. You might feel it in the back of the legs, your hamstring, maybe behind the knees. Maybe you have a tight back. This might be where you feel this a little bit. And slowly roll yourself back up. And then open the legs to the side. Okay, stretching the inner thighs. Didn't do a lot of inner thighs in the beginning. Walk your hands forward. And just hold for a few breaths here. And walk those hands back in. Sit how you feel comfortable. And do a few upper body stretches as we did work our upper body today. We'll start with one arm across the chest for a little deltoid stretch. Keeping the shoulder down, but a little pressure, either push here or here on that arm. And reach the other arm across. Take the hands behind the back. You can either reach them behind you if you're not able to clasp them, or try to clasp them behind. You could also use a towel to help you kind of expand a little more on that chest expansion. Opening the pecs, opening the anterior deltoids as well. And release the arms. Take it up, tricep stretch. Reach the arms tall, bend one elbow. You can push from here or on top of that elbow. While we're here, lean away so you get a little lat stretch. Through the ribs, maybe under the armpit. Come back to center. Switch to the other arm, other tricep first. And then take that lean if you'd like to deepen. And also maybe get into those lats. And bring yourself up. Relax those arms to the side. Take a breath, reach those arms up. Full breath, inhale. Hopefully you got a fan going on to cool yourself off. Exhale. And one more big breath. Reach it up. And exhale and release. Good. Wipe that sweat. Get some water. Appreciate you guys being here.
Much.
Yes, thank you, Karen and Jim. Can't wait to see you guys. You're planning to be in the studio next week, both of you?
Yeah.